Hi guys, so the activity today that we will be doing to practice going around opponents in invasion games is Zig Zag Dribble. For this game, you will need a ball. You can use, say, a netball, which I'll be using today. You can use a scrunched up pair of socks or some scrunched up paper, just anything you have that can't be broken. You'll also need 4 obstacles. I'll probably be using some shoes. You can use cones, you can use tin cans, you can use anything that also cannot be broken. It is optional, you can set up a goal, so I'll be using a basket. You can use a pillow or anything else. So in this activity, we'll be setting up 4 obstacles in a straight line, about 1 metre apart. And then we'll be teaching students how to dribble a ball around these obstacles using alternating feet. So the main things that we're going to go through at the start is the steps of kicking. While kicking, the main things are to keep your eyes on the ball, to step forward and place a foot that isn't kicking next to the ball, to bend the kicking leg's knee when swinging backwards, to ensure knee flexion and hip extension are occurring, just so that you don't do any injuries. Swing the arm of the opposite side of the kicking leg forwards and then sideways. You make contact with the ball on the side or the top of the foot and follow through with the kicking leg towards the target. So for the particular game, you're going to be aiming to kick the ball a small distance in front of you, just because you'll be doing multiple kicks to get around the cones. So I will do an example of how to best kick. So we'll be looking at the ball. I'll be kicking with the inside of my foot, bending my knee, stepping forward, getting the opposite foot right next to the ball. So with the foot, just a small amount forward. So leaving my leg facing towards the target. But in this game, we'll be putting the cones 1 metre apart to begin with. Students will be using alternate feet to dribble. So when we're beginning, you'll want to try and teach them how to kick with both of their feet. So we've got to make sure that they're trying to avoid the obstacles. To let players be able to extend on their skills, you can move the cones in closer together. You can set up a goal at the end. You can ask them to go at a faster speed. You can do multiple things and even a combination of these. For students that are struggling, you can spread the cones further apart. Remove the cones, just getting your students to dribble in a straight line. Or just use a pair of socks or something that won't roll as easily, just so that they have a bit more control over the ball. You want to make sure that all your students are using soft objects that cannot break, keeping your students in the vision of the camera, assessing all the students' environments just to make sure that they can't do an injury. And if students are on a slippery floor, you just want to make sure that they're wearing appropriate footwear. So we got to start with the ball in front of the first cone, dribble the ball with alternating feet around the cone. So we're going to go around to the left of the first cone and then to the right of the second, and so on. A strategy I used for a bit more ball control was putting my foot on the top of the ball as I went around the cones if I felt like it was about to roll away a little bit further or I lost a bit of control. And then to get around the last cone, to turn around to bring the ball back to the start, I used my right foot to kick the ball multiple times in a row, as that would be my outside foot, which is what I would use when I'm going around the defender.